You know, people always say you can't trust anyone with your money, but they trust me. They always do. Maybe it's the suit or the way I look them in the eye and say their name like it's a secret only we share. Or maybe it's because I never, ever sound like I'm selling anything. I just want to help. That's what I tell them. That's what I tell myself. I started recording these voice notes for you, my favorite client. You wanted to learn to take control of your future. I like that. I like people who want to believe. So I told you about the market, about risk and reward, about how the world is just a chessboard, and most people don't even know they're playing. You laughed at my jokes, you listened to my warnings, and you followed every single step I gave you. I remember the first time you hesitated. It was a big transfer, more than you'd ever moved before. I could hear the worry in your voice, the way you said, "Are you sure?" I told you, of course. I'd never let anything happen to you. And you believed me. They always do. I'm not a monster. I don't take from people who can't afford it. I just rearrange things. I make sure the right people win. And if that means someone else loses, well, that's just the game. You can't blame the player for playing, right? But lately things have felt off. I got a letter last week. No return address, just my name, written in a hand I almost recognized. Inside a single sentence. You taught me well. I laughed at first. I thought it was a joke, maybe from a colleague. But then the calls started. My bank, my partners, even my ex-wife. Suddenly my accounts were frozen. My name was on a blacklist. Clients stopped answering. My phone, once a symphony of opportunity, was silent. I tried to fix it. I called in favors, sent emails, even begged a little. Nothing worked. Someone had gotten to them first. Someone who knew exactly how I operate. Someone who learned from the best. I keep telling myself this is temporary, that I'll find a way out, like I always do. But tonight, as I record this last message, I can't shake the feeling that I'm finally on the other side of the board, that I'm the one being played. Funny, isn't it? All those years teaching people how to win, and I never saw the checkmate coming. I wonder if you're listening. I wonder if you're the one who sent the letter. If you are, congratulations. You learned the most important lesson of all. Trust is just another move, and I taught you that. I haven't slept in 2 days. Every time I close my eyes, I see numbers. Balance is draining, transactions I never authorized. My own signature twisted into something unfamiliar. I keep replaying our conversations in my head, searching for the moment I slipped. The moment you stopped being the student and started watching me like a hawk. I used to love the feeling of control. The way people would lean in, desperate for reassurance, for a plan, for someone to tell them it would all be okay. I could make or break a life with a single phone call. I thought that made me powerful, untouchable. But now every ring of the phone makes my heart race. I answer, hoping for a lifeline, but it's always silence, or worse, laughter, soft and familiar, before the line goes dead. My inbox is full of messages I can't open. My colleagues have vanished. Even my lawyer won't return my calls. I tried to go to the office today, but my key card didn't work. Security looked at me like I was a stranger. I stood in the lobby, watching the screen cycle through news headlines. My name, my face, words like fraud and betrayal scrolling beneath. I wanted to scream, to tell them it was all a misunderstanding, but I couldn't find the words. For the first time, I felt small, exposed. I keep thinking about that letter. You taught me well. I wonder how many others I've taught. How many are out there, waiting for their turn to move the pieces. Maybe this is what I deserve. Maybe this is what happens when you build your life on trust you never earned. But I can't let it end like this. I won't. There's always another angle, another play. I just need time. I just need someone to believe in me again. If you're listening, if you're still out there, remember this. The game isn't over until both players walk away. And I never walk away. Not until I win. I've started talking to myself. Not out loud, never out loud, but in my head, running through every scenario, every possible way out. I pace my apartment, blinds drawn, phone in hand, waiting for a message that never comes. The silence is suffocating. I used to crave quiet, the calm before a deal closed, but now it feels like punishment. I check my accounts every hour, hoping for a miracle. Instead, I watch the numbers dwindle. fees piling up, assets locked behind passwords I didn't set. I call the banks, but they treat me like a criminal. We're sorry, sir, but your access has been restricted pending investigation. Investigation. The word echoes in my mind, heavy and final. I think about you more than I should. I remember the way you listened, the way you trusted me. I wonder if you ever doubted, if you ever saw through the performance. Did you plan this from the start, or did I create you, shape you into the perfect adversary? I almost admire it, the elegance of the trap. Almost. Last night I found another letter slipped under my door. No envelope this time, just a single sheet of paper, folded once. You always said the market rewards the bold. Consider this my investment. No signature, no threat. Just a statement of fact. I laughed. I actually laughed. A sharp, bitter sound that bounced off the empty walls. For a moment, I felt something like pride. You learn from the best, after all. But pride doesn't pay the bills. Pride doesn't keep the lights on. I'm running out of options, out of time. I can feel the walls closing in, the world shrinking to the size of this apartment, this phone, these memories. Still, I can't let go. I keep recording these messages, even though I know you're not listening. Maybe I'm talking to myself. Maybe I always was. But if you are out there, if you're still playing, remember, every market crashes, but it always recovers. I will recover. I have to. Because if I don't, then all I ever was is what you made me. And I refuse to let that be the end. Tonight I sit in the dark, the city humming beyond my window, and I realize I haven't spoken to another person in days. My world has shrunk to the glow of this screen and the echo of my own voice. I keep replaying every move, every word, searching for the moment I lost control. But the truth is, I never had it. Not really. I stare at my reflection in the black glass, searching for the man who once commanded rooms, who made people believe. All I see is someone waiting for a call that will never come. Maybe this is what I taught you best: how to disappear, how to become a ghost in someone else's story. Maybe that's the final lesson, one I never meant to give. But even now, as the world forgets my name, I can't let go of the game. I open a new account, choose a new name, and start to write my first message. My hands are steady. My voice is calm. Somewhere out there, someone is waiting to believe, and I am ready to begin again.